What's up, friends? You're watching B-Boy 45. My name is Chris, hanging down here in the Seacrest studios. I got my friend Maya with me. Maya, are you with me?
Skylar Astin is calling in.
We got Skylar Astin with us. Skylar, welcome to the show. So good to see you. How are you today?
I'm very well. I'm happy to return to the show, actually.
Yeah.
This is visit number 19.
That's just like calling back in. So
That's a good sign. I think that must have done. I guess I've done well. And it's like your second time doing like a talk show. It's like Fallon or any of these people or Seacrest. It's like, oh, now you can trust me.
That's right. All right. I'm signing off right now. Maya, take it away, my friend.
Yeah, I know I can just talk to you and feel comfortable talking to you. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what have you been up to since you last called in?
Well, since I last called in, we filmed an entire season of Zoe's. I have written and released a few songs on Spotify and all other DSPs. And, I've just been kind of, being in Canada for a while, it was tough. So now being back home is really nice. I mean, it'd be nice to start to get out into the world, and we're kind of slowly starting to. So it's been nice to have some work and some stuff to work on, in the time.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. So my next question is actually about your original music. I love it. It's so good. What inspired you to start releasing your own music?
Well, I always kind of knew it wasn't a question of if, it was a question of when. And, I was finally home early on in the pandemic. I hadn't been home for more than like weeks at a time, really, tops. And so I really got to, when the world slowed down, I just got really reacquainted with my piano, started playing a lot of covers of other songs and also integrating that into Zoe's press. And then kind of virtually got together with an old friend of mine, Eric Lamb, and he had some beats on his computer. We kind of it's the kind of music that I was listening to during that time, because pop music actually makes me feel a lot lighter. So I like the dance vibe to it. And I kind of built out some choruses and then eventually songs. And now I've done acoustic versions of those songs. So it's actually something fans and people that know me, it's kind of what they'd expect from me. And now as I write further, I think, I might start writing some more piano-based stuff, but also maybe build out production from there. It's really been like, what I love about it is I haven't really done an album. There's no music label. It's just me. So it's literally like what you're looking at right here. I did it all in this house. So I think it's difficult at times, but also I'm fortunate that I get to do it at my own pace, get to kind of like hear people's feedback. It was really nice when I put out the acoustic piano version of my first single. People are like, I almost like it more. And so that tells me like, okay, that maybe I could start, looking in that area. I think it's something people would more, again, expect from me, but maybe that's for a reason.
Yeah. So who are your musical inspirations?
They're really random because they're not like who you'd think. Well, Billy Joel. I think I talked to your mom about that actually when we hung out.
Yeah.
And we bonded over Billy Joel big time. And then randomly, like Dave Matthews Band. I used to that's who I used to go to a lot of his concerts growing up. And I mean all sorts of people from Khalid to Stevie Wonder and John Legend and so many people. The list goes on and on. But Billy Joel and Dave Matthews being like an East Coast guy of a certain age really kind of spoke to me musically.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So what is your songwriting process like?
It kind of depends. Like before this album, I used to just kind of write when I was feeling a certain way, and kind of the poetry would, influence the music, and then the music would then, influence the words. But then This time around, I was really inspired by the feeling of the music and what it sounded like. Like I was finding what these songs were and even what they were about from what they sounded like, and that was really fun to me. I hear Billy Joel does that. I think he does that in a more live music. He'll have his band like vamp a bunch, and he'll just kind of start writing, singing melodies and writing words to it. So maybe his is more, mine was more with a computer, but I think I'm going to start to take that on. I think, I have a piano here. I'm going to eventually start having some songwriting sessions here. People will bring their guitars. They can bring their laptops. And, I've written songs that way too. It's really fun.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So, do you have any other upcoming projects?
Like film or TV?
Yeah, I haven't really thought of what I mean by that question.
Well, they just announced it today that Zoe's is doing a movie.
Yeah, I just saw that before.
Yeah, so perfect timing. I was like, oh my God, this is great. Because I've kind of known about it for, a week or two or even maybe three, but now it's actually out there, and it's great. I'm so glad that we get to continue telling the story, and I kind of know what it's about a little bit too. So I really like it. I mean, they're writing it fast and furiously, and we're going to go up there and shoot it as soon as mid-September.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm so excited for that. A couple days ago, I woke up and I was just watching from the beginning. I was watching Zoe's until my mom and Leia woke up.
Right.
And so, yeah, I just woke up and I was just kind of caught in my head with how much I missed the show. And I was just, because it has a special place in my heart. So I just woke up crying because I was like, I miss this show. I need this show. So
yeah, I mean, we really were devastated, and I think it's less about, well, we like working and we love working together, but I really do think that the fans of the show really used it as an escape. And I know friends of mine who are like, I actually watch your show. I probably would watch it without you. I really, really like it. It's different. Or if they don't even like it or watch it, they appreciate it. Like people in the industry, And so we had a lot of momentum. So that's why I think it was very surprising. But I think it's such a testament to our studio, Lionsgate, and also, the fans that were tweeting about it every day. I mean, that can't have not helped. We almost landed in a bunch of places actually, and it's very difficult to broker that kind of a deal, but it's cool that Roku wanted to do that. And Roku's in 55 million homes in, I think, America. So, great. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. So, have you been binge watching any shows?
I finished Mayor of Easttown in one night. I mean, I'm late to that, but I got through it. My shows have been I'm late. I don't watch things in any order. I just started, but also went all the way through Handmaid's Tale. Very, very sad show, but I knew I needed to be prepared for it because I knew it was going to be intense, but I knew it was going to be really good acting. So I was like, I got to do this. And I did. And I'm grateful. Now I'm caught up. It's devastating, but it's really good.
Cool. Yeah, I especially during quarantine, I've been trying to stay away from those kinds of shows.
Right.
Yeah, I'm I can't deal with that right now. So we've been watching Outer Banks, the new season, and then also Teen Wolf, which Wolf is intense, but it's also, I don't know, it keeps getting creepier and creepier. So yeah. So, but I was now I'm invested, and we have 3 more seasons, so I have to stick with it.
It had a very, very big fan base. I know some people on that show, and I know that they people loved it. So even though it's a little scary maybe or intense, like clearly it seems like it had a roaring finish too. Pardon the pun.
Yeah.
Wolf roaring.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you've seen on my Instagram every week I do my top 5 picks.
Yeah.
And so this week it's Bo Burnham's
Side.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say his last name.
Burnham. He's the best. He's he started as a whiz kid on Vine. I mean, not really. He's a comedian, but he's gone on to direct 13th Grade, and his comedy specials are always so like artful and performance heavy and crafted. He's insane.
Yeah, his new one, Inside, is so good. It's my sister watched it and then told me I needed to watch it. So then when she, one morning when she was at work, I watched it, and then we were texting about it until she came home and we could talk about it. So
oh, good. I've watched it like 4 times because I'm the guy who like wants to show it to people. So I showed it to like multiple friends. I was like, I'll watch it with you. I like the music. Like they're very catchy songs, and I like listen to it even on Spotify. It's so great. Such a fan.
Yeah, I've been listening to it on Spotify too. I've added a bunch of the songs to my playlist. So
totally. It's like a comedy album. It's so great.
Yeah. And then I also love the new CW show, The Republic of Sarah. And then Anne Marie's new album and Bleacher's new album.
Ooh.
Those are both so good. And then also Phineas's new song, A Concert 6 Months From Now.
Mm-hmm.
That one, that song is also really good. So
I haven't heard it yet, but oh my gosh, I love the name. I love the title.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen The Republic of Sarah, that is my recommendation for you.
I need recommendations.
I'm obsessed with it. It actually, last night there was something happened, and like there was a lot going on in my head, and so I just kind of started to freak out. Right. I was stuck in my own head and I was just freaking out. So I watched the new episode of The Republic of Sarah, and I felt like I could breathe again while I was watching it. It's like,
well, that sounds like a great show. Thank God for that show.
Yeah. So I was wondering what your top 5 picks are.
Okay, so I don't watch much. I'm very behind on a lot of things. So I think I'm just going to put Handmaid's Tale on there, even because it's a streaming show, right?
Yeah.
Put the new season of Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Such a great show.
Yeah, we want to see that, but we haven't seen it because we don't have Apple TV.
Yeah. Well, here's the good news. I think there's a free trial. So you could at least watch the first 2 episodes and see if you like it and see if you want to make that commitment.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's what I did. So yeah, Ted Lasso, Handmaid's Tale, Bo Burnham's Inside also. If that's okay, are we allowed to both have them? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Again, I know I'm late on Mayor of Easttown, but I'll put it up there. And then let me look on like Spotify or something right now to see what I've been listening to. Can you imagine? I'm like, my songs. I just recommend my own stuff. Wow, Lady Gaga's got a new single out with Tony Bennett. I Get a Kick Out of You.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Let's put that on there. Why not?
Yeah.
Those are my 5. Because I already know the song and I can only imagine it's great. And I just saw that it's a new single. So yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I know my uh mom and my sister watched the first episode of Mayor of Easttown, and then I told them I wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
But my mom knows I don't, some like slightly creepy stuff I can handle, like Teen Wolf. I don't know if I can handle that, but
Right.
I'm committed. So yeah, well, I can handle that. It freaks me out, but
Mayor of Easttown is then way too far. It's really dark.
okay.
It's
Yeah,
dark. I finally probably lightened up so I can now watch dark stuff. I'm telling you, that's why I didn't watch Handmaid's Tale. I couldn't watch it. Like, I was like, there's no way. The world is insane. I can't do it. I know it's good, but anytime anyone ever tried to give me spoilers, I'd say no, because I knew there would come a time, and I just plowed through it. And like, so that's kind of all I've been watching for like a month.
Yeah, I've been like, I can like what I'll do like comedies and then dramas.
Sure.
Some, and then there are like, I actually really love thrillers because they don't usually creep me out. There are some that do. There's one that we watched, and then I went upstairs, and my mom did too. And then she was like, I have to take our dog out, so she went downstairs, and then I ran downstairs too. I was like, you're not leaving me alone upstairs.
Yeah.
So my mom had to kind of talk me off a ledge, like rationalize the movie with me. And after she did that, I was like, okay, I did like that movie now that I'm not completely freaked out. So,
I mean, you really, one thing that I think I love most about you is that you really like allow these shows in, and that's great because you allow that one show to like heal you in many ways, and then your limits though, because then that's obviously like I it's not that I have a disconnect, but I think since I do it, sometimes I know that person, or I kind of see how it's made or think about other things sometimes when I watch it. Not always, and definitely not for like the best stuff out there. If it could really take me away, that's really powerful. But that also means that you're really like an empath, and that you're really open to, to receive art, which is why, things like Broadway and musicals, I think, hit you really hard as well. And I also think certain genres hit you, a certain way too.
yeah.
Like all superhero, like all that CW, like Flash and all that stuff, and Arrow. And I know you love that. And I think as you're a hero too, that you resonate a lot with that.
Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of like Barry Allen, like there's a lot of aspects of him like I can relate to, and just it's just those shows are like my escape.
Totally.
So when I was going through radiation, my mom I watched Arrow all through that. And so I told her, like, I know it's kind of weird because it's really dark, but it's like a complicated show that it doesn't allow me to get into my head.
Right.
And so it forces me to just focus on that and not get in my head. So
right.
that's all the superhero shows. Like comedies, I can space out and then come back and usually know what's going on.
Right.
But those, if I space out, I'm like, I have no idea how they got there, so.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely like, and I like that you have room and space for all those shows. I always like taking recommendations from you too. I know you watch a lot, and also like you're not a tough critic, but I think you like have your standards for a show. Like I've talked to you about shows off the record where you're like, not my thing, or I tried and everyone likes it, but I didn't. Or you'll like randomly discover shows that I haven't really completely hit yet.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. It just like, sorry. People like, I don't know. I was, during quarantine, I was like, okay, people have like judged, I feel like people have judged me before with how much I watch only because they don't understand I usually can't do anything.
Right.
But I was like, I like how now people kind of, I think, understand that, because when everyone was locked in their houses, that's all people were doing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I have a really dear friend of mine too, who has a pretty rare blood cancer called myeloma. And he's like, I know quarantine, like when we were starting it, he's like, this is my life, man. Like, and he like gave me advice, and he was like, I understand this. Like, he gets out and is allowed to, but again, like he's very comfortable. And I think that takes a lot of like bravery on your part, to be comfortable with yourself, because I feel like we've all been like forced in, and there's been so many people who have made them very uncomfortable. I mean, it's impossible to not. You're confronted with yourself and what you like to do and how you like to spend your time, and there's not a lot of distractions. So you have to almost create distractions, but also allow yourself like inner peace and no screen time too, and read books. But it's really impressive how dialed in you are to your life and how you're able to like use your platform the way you do.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Is there a song that you've just had on repeat lately?
I've been saying it for a couple months, but like nothing has hit me the way.
Sorry.
We always go a little long. She should know that.
Yeah. But I might have already asked you this question. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't. No. You asked me some recommendations. No, something that's been on repeat for me has been this song by Vincent and Alex Newell called Higher. I love it so much. I've listened to it on repeat. Like, it's just a fail-safe. I know I'm going to love it when it comes on.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm going to write that down.
Yeah,
what
Higher.
Was it called? Okay.
Higher by Vincent, Vincint, and Alex. It's just fun.
Cool.
Your mom will like it. I think your whole family will like it. It's like a good like get up and dance song.
Oh, cool. Yeah, thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, I've been listening to Inhaler's debut album on repeat. Yeah, it's really good. I love that. And then also over quarantine, Ben Platt's music has been on repeat. I mean, it was even before quarantine, but more so during quarantine. I love how his music either like makes me like sob and cry, or just I have so much fun like dancing around it and singing.
Right.
So
he's so talented. I'm so excited for all of his new music too.
Yeah, me too. When Imagine came out, that's all I listened to.
Such a good hook. It was in my head. That was in my head for so long. My trainer has heard me sing the chorus to that song so many times because we work out virtually. So I always have my earpiece in, and I'll be doing push-ups or something, singing it, but he gets direct feed. He gets the microphone right into his ear. He always says, I got a nice Skylar Astin concert every time. But it was like the same song. I was like, I'm sorry, I probably been singing this stupid chorus, not stupid chorus, but to him, it's like, what is this thing? For like weeks. He's like, it sounds great. And then I recommended it to him.
Yeah, I'll wake up in the middle of the night sometimes with songs just stuck in my head. And and then it like distracts me from falling asleep. But like I've woken up with like your music stuck in my head, Ben Platt's, or music from the High School Musical series. On Disney Plus. It's all of that has been stuck in my head multiple times.
I'm sure that music is great. Do you know who writes the music for that series?
Gabriel Mann. I don't remember if he writes it or like produces it, but yeah.
It's great music. I'm sure it's catchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one song called Let You Go that I love. It's kind of a sad song, but I love it. Plus the singer who sings it, I'm obsessed with. So, I've woken up with that stuck in my head many times.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah. Someone had, I forget who, but someone I know had there needs to be you need to get the song that gets a song that's in your head out of your head. For instance, a friend of mine is like, for some reason, Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas gets songs out of my head. So if I have Imagine in my head, then I have to be like, carry on my wayward son. And then if he does that and really commits to listening to that melody, it'll be out. I don't know if that works for anyone else, but I know that works. So I wonder if there's a song that could be your failsafe, maybe a neutral song that could kind of block things out to get you back to sleep. I mean, I don't know do you use sound machines or anything like that when you sleep too?
No.
I like a sound machine because it just white noise blocks everything.
Yep. Yeah, we have a fan that we keep on at night that gives that blocks out some noise.
Right.
And plus it gets really hot upstairs, especially this summer because it's been so hot outside. So I'm so ready for fall and winter. But yeah, but I feel like Carry On My Wayward Son would just get stuck in my head.
Right. I know, that's what I said. I was like, I don't know if that's but that's what this guy, he's like, since I was young. Oh, I know who it is now. It's the guy who was an engineer up in Vancouver. His name's Larry. And yeah, he used to do 90s kind of rock bands. So he was like, ever since, because that's right, we were recording vocals. And I was like, man, this is going to be in your head, because anytime you're working on a song, it's like you've been hearing the same stuff over and over. Or if you're shooting when we shoot songs for Zoe's, and I was like, man, I'm so sorry. I know this is probably going to be in your head. And he's like, I got a method, man. I've been doing this too long. I know how to turn it off, go to sleep, and forget about it. So I don't know. Maybe he's programmed in a certain way because he's just been doing it for decades.
Yeah, plus, I think that song when we watched Supernatural, that song, they always played it at the beginning. So if I sang that song, then scenes from that show would just be on a loop in my mind. And that were some that really freaked me out. So,
well, I'm not advocating for you thinking of me, but that is also the song that I enter pitch perfect in. I'm not singing it in performance, but it's when I'm in the taxi cab, I'm singing along to Carry On My Wayward Son, when Anna Kendrick's character sees me for the first time in the cab. If you're watching Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, we just watched it a couple months ago, but I need to look that scene up because I vaguely remember it. So
it's a very small moment. I'm playing guitar out the window. I'm doing the guitar solo of it. I'm not singing. I'm like no no. But then when I see her later, that's because I'm like, didn't I see you? And that's because she's playing piano. So fun fact. So if you ever need to replace the, supernatural visuals, you'll have me getting pulled by a taxi driver. So it'll be at least a funnier visual.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Of course.
I try to just have scenes that usually it's just scenes from comedies that are on a loop in my mind. And I try to replace if I have just anxiety on a loop or anything, I try to replace it with that and think of those.
Right.
So that one will be added to the list.
Good. Yeah, check it out. I mean, you could probably even YouTube it. You don't even have to go to the whole movie.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up right after the interview.
Perfect.
So, yeah. Um. Well. The. That was my last question. So I'm trying to think of more because I just want to keep talking to you.
Think of more. Ask me whatever. Ask me whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Well, if you could hang out with any TV character, who would it be?
Wow. I would like to be hanging with the cast of Friends because that to me, I was watching when I was like younger, and to me, they were the coolest people ever, and they were so funny. I just was like, that's what Friends are, like hijinks and things like that. So I do this. I guess I chose to answer your question with like a group, but if that could be my answer, I'd say the cast of Friends.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That is one of my favorite shows. I've watched it so many times.
So good. It holds up.
Yeah.
Totally
Yeah.
holds up.
Yeah. Does. Yeah, that show is another one that just scenes are on replay in my mind. What's your favorite episode?
I think the Thanksgiving one with the football, I think that to me, the football game, just because I like taking them out of the apartment. I always like when sitcoms do that. I mean, it's like, because the sweet spot is like when they're betting on the apartments. And so that's like all like a bottle, they call it a bottle episode where it's like all takes place in the set, you know? And then they go so far as to do like these London episodes where they're literally shooting in London and you could tell and it's like exciting, but it doesn't fully feel like the show because you're like, it doesn't even look like Friends. To me, Thanksgiving is great because you get a little bit of home, but there's like a set piece or an environment or a game that we get to see like our favorite characters interact in. So I really appreciated that.
Yeah. Did you watch the reunion?
Of course. What I didn't watch and don't know where to find, I mean, maybe YouTube is like all this deleted scene stuff because I'm on TikTok and people are like, oh, fun stuff from the extras. And I'm like, I'll watch like 4 more hours of that. I enjoy every story and like every, you know, new character coming out for an interview. Like it's fun. I love that world.
Yeah. I just lost what I was gonna say, but yeah. Oh yeah. The reunion I watched and I figured it would probably make me cry, but I did not expect how much it would. So yeah.
It was really sweet, really beautiful. I mean, they really do a really good job with those reunions with the Fresh Prince as well. Like it's like it makes you revisit it, and then you get emotional. I wonder what's next, like what their next one would be.
Oh yeah, what actually made me like really cry was they were saying we probably won't be doing this again. Right. And so yeah.
Right. It's like this took so long for us to do. We're not going to do it again in 5 years. Like that would be weird.
Yeah.
And it's so we have like separation anxiety from them almost. It's like it felt so good to have your friends back, and you're like, oh, you just got here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just saying that's like when a show really transcends itself and clearly is about more. And since it's now in syndication for years, like so many different generations have gotten to see this show and globally.
Yeah. Before quarantine, I never really had separation anxiety, and now that we've all been quarantined together for so long, whenever like Leia or our mom leaves, I have separation anxiety. So I'm like, no, don't leave me. Yeah.
Well, it's so comforting. Yeah. Also, your family is also just amazing. So I would probably feel the same way if I was there too.
Well, speaking of separation,
I'll have to tell them that. So
yeah.
Maya, speaking of separation, unfortunately, we've got a group coming into the studio in like 2 minutes, so we gotta cut your show a little short right now. But I hope we get another chance to talk to you again, Skylar.
I come back whenever you guys ask. That's how it works.
Excellent.
Ask Maya. She reached out, and we were good to go.
That's so good. Hey, Skylar, next time,
Yeah.
hopefully, like you said, things get a little back to normal. Feel that pre-variant thing happening post-variant some point. Anyway, all that to say,
Hopefully.
you find yourself in Denver. You come through the Seacrest Studios at Children's Colorado.
I'd love to see the place. Yeah, I'd love to say hi to all the patients as well.
Yeah, that would be awesome. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Maya. I'll probably talk to you in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, Skylar.
Bye.